What up, Mr. Kate, Chicago sweetheart, also known as The Shit Show. You're here with me, and we're sitting with Mark's podcast.
Hey, yo.
If I can be serious for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Acknowledge me. What's going on, everybody? Come on in, sit down. Episode number 127 of the Sit Down Marks podcast. Come on in. Well, that's what all the big time podcasters are saying. They're saying, welcome in. You're supposed to welcome everybody in. So welcome in, everybody. Sit down. Here we go. I'm excited, man. You know why I'm excited? Full fucking squad. The boys are here. What's going on, boys?
How long has it been since all four of us?
AJ's got the fucking giggles already. This is going to be a long one. Michael's back. What's up, Michael?
It's been a while. It's been a few months.
I've got a wonk eye, apparently. Fish-eyed, like fucking Pennywise.
That's
over
what
here.
I keep. So in my screen, Michael's in the bottom right, and so I keep like glancing down, and Michael's eyes are going in two different directions. And it's weird.
My camera's like really weird right now, so it's like I just.
All right. Full squad, funny farm today. This is going to be a good podcast. Primo, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Not too bad. Just a little bit older and not any more wiser.
Oh,
Fair.
I think you're
Fair.
wiser.
You are wiser. You're about to go for your master's. You got to be more wiser.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you
I mean,
dummy.
like I said, I think I just like inflicting torture on myself. So yeah.
Like a true dummy.
Just keep stacking those up, man. That'll produce money later.
Right.
Hypothetically, anyway.
That's what they say.
All right, boys. Episode number 127, man. We're going to talk about a lot of things going on in wrestling today, and then we're going to finish it off with the big pay-per-views that have been happening lately, or the PLEs, depending on what area you're from, as such as AEW Dynasty. We'll cover that quickly, and then we got to talk about, of course, WWE Backlash in France. But to kick it off with a quick note, we got to think about Matt Hardy being back in TNA, man. Is this, he's back to the Delete gig. Have you guys seen it at all? Checked it out?
I saw that he was doing it.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Yeah.
It's run its course, right? Like, I feel
It's
like now
very
it's
much
really
so,
run
yeah.
its course. Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's kind of a hard thing. It's not 2015 anymore.
sure.
It's
yeah.
like
I want to get behind it.
I do too.
I want
but
to.
I love them. I'm just
Yeah.
like, but I don't like. Yeah, I was just like, well, TNA needs something, I guess.
Sure.
I've said this before, and I'm going to apologize to Primo in advance, but the Hardy Boys need to stop. Like they're spent. They're spent. It's over.
Well,
it was from not even like last generation, but the generation before that. So you remember when Bob Backlund like wrestled Bret Hart? It's like
Just-
that generational difference at that point.
okay, that was the exact point that I was about to make too. Like they're like anachronistic now.
Yes.
Like the Hardy Boys when they came out were perfect for that time period.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, like they were the whatever it is of that time period. They were perfectly representing the early to mid to late 2000s. It was great.
Yeah.
And then when Matt Hardy did all the Delete stuff, that again kind of represented the culture of the time. And now that they're trying to like just rehash the hits, it's like
It's very much reeks of a farewell tour. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure. I mean,
I'm sorry, Primo. I'm sorry, but like,
No,
you
I
can't
mean,
be
I
called
agree.
the boys when you're like in your 60s. You can't do
with
that.
it. Wait, do they still have a Z at the end of Boys?
Does that mean the Young Bucks going to have to change their name too at some
The
point?
Young
They're
Bucks
not gonna be young
should
anymore.
change many things about.
Yeah, but I feel like the Young Bucks do it
Don't get us started.
because it's funny. Because they're old.
yeah.
But it's not funny. Is the problem?
Well, they think it's funny.
Right. I can't. I don't blame
Sure.
TNA bringing back. Let him take a shot. I don't blame Matt for trying it again. But
Who's he been working with?
I don't know.
I haven't seen. I usually will watch like 2 episodes, and I wait a little while, and then watch another like couple 2. I'm not sure. I just seen kind of his return and just kind of like highlights here and there. So
Yeah, who else is hot in TNA?
I don't even know what's going on.
Moose is champ, right?
Yeah. I'll say Moose is still on top. They got a lot of moving parts there. I think they're like still trying to figure all that out in their landscape and stuff. But yeah, like it like I'm still not hooked. Like I can't watch it. Like it's not that good yet for me. You know.
What, Moose specifically, or just the
just the whole
overall?
product? Yeah, just the whole product. Yeah. They had me a little while because the Amazing Red came back, so I was watching some of that just to see what.
That's how I feel about AEW actually at the moment.
Yeah,
I just stopped watching TNA when PCO stapled his mouth shut, and I was like, "That I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry, you've lost me at that point."
That's the thing that happened? Like he literally
you can see that in a match, someone took an actual staple gun and stapled his lips together.
Yeah.
Like,
was he talking too much?
Possibly. Somebody finally did it. I'm gonna staple your mouth.
Probably got past the point where all the old farts came through, like Bubba and Tommy Dreamer and all them. They were like in there like last year. Remember? I think they're all gone now.
Yeah, when Bully Ray came back, and we were all like, "Ugh."
I know, right? Yes, I know. So WWE, a while back, a couple weeks ago, or more, there's still been some kind of trickling out. I think some people that we really didn't know, but had a few. They did have a few releases. They went through a few round of releases. Kind of the highlights of that was Cameron Grimes being one of them, Drew Gulak being one, and Von Wagner being one of them.
Von Wagner,
which I was a week ago old when I looked this up. I did not know that Von Wagner was the son of one of the Beverly Brothers. Did y'all know this?
No.
Yeah, I saw that after the fact too.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I like him 10 times more now.
I think he was. Yeah, he was. I didn't know
I
that.
love the Beverly Brothers. I wouldn't.
I also read that Drew Gulak was
They
a
try to
prick.
kill people.
Yeah.
What?
I heard.
Drew
Not
was
just a prick, but like a predatory.
Like a straight up bully and a predator.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I read those things.
yeah, those will get you fired.
I'm not saying they're true because I don't know, but I'm telling you what I read.
Right.
Cameron Grimes
Also-
can just go fuck himself. I was never a fan of him.
Yeah, I never got the Cameron Grimes.
I mean,
thing.
you guys loved him to death. Jesus Christ.
I just thought it was
Because
funny.
he was going to the moon.
To
the
moon.
He had a
That's
good
right.
catchphrase, and he had some decent matches, but like, I wasn't surprised to see him.
And then
Oh, God.
Baron Corbin did his gimmick better than he did.
I love Baron Corbin.
That's
Cameron
true.
was big for me because of he was he was from North Carolina, not far from where I was from, and then he wrestled in the Chicago area a lot. Yeah, he was from Burlington, I believe it is the name of the town.
Yeah.
But
They have great coats there.
I think yes, they do.
Yeah.
Coat factories. And the only big AEW release was
Caliber
Ethan
of
Page. It looks like he's going to be hitting the Indies again, which he'll do very well. He did very well in the Indies before, we've
he's
seen
Ethan
him all the
Page.
time. Yeah.
I like it
gotta
when I
know
see that
Ethan
someone
Page
got
is-
released from AEW.
They need to clean house so bad. I was honestly
Yeah.
surprised that Ethan Page was still under contract.
Same. Like they have the most bloated roster that has ever been bloated.
They do. What do you guys think about, before we switch over to WWE for a minute, we'll talk one more thing. What do you guys think about Tony Khan saying that the WWE is the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling? Like, are you an idiot, man? Like, come on. But I gotta hear
Dude.
y'all's opinion on this, because I mean that's just stupid. Like,
I'll let everyone else go first. Like,
AEW, like if he's gonna compare WWE to something, like I'll make a sports metaphor here. I love me some sports ball. Do you guys remember Ryan Leaf?
Yes.
mhm.
Washington State quarterback,
Yeah, got drafted and then
number 2
immediately
behind
just
Peyton.
and then puked all over the field and just shit himself in the NFL and quickly disappeared. I
Yeah.
feel like that's what AEW is. Like it's a joke now. Like it had all this potential in the world, like Ryan Leaf, and they've done some great things, but they just keep shitting themselves over and over again. And I'm just like, this is Tony Khan's a joke. Like he's You're comparing a WWE to fucking Harvey Weinstein. Go fuck yourself, you billionaire douche. Fuck off. That's my take on it.
Just a stupid thing to say. Go ahead, Michael. Tell us.
So, I've been saying for a while AEW is a joke. And, I'm glad that everyone else is starting to come along and see it for what I've seen it for from like the first 6 months of it starting. But Tony Khan, here's some advice for Tony Khan. When your competition doesn't even acknowledge you at all, because they're so far ahead of you, for you to constantly reference them is just reminding people who the big company is. And that's all they do all the time. Like when Tony Khan played that backstage segment not that long ago, that just completely vindicated Punk. So stop referencing WWE. You're not nearly the production value. You're not nearly the professionalism. You're not nearly the structure or the company.
Could have been, though.
It could have been, but here's the other problem, too. Tony Khan, instead of listening to professionals and hiring people that actually knew what they were doing, like, I don't know, this one guy named JR. You ever heard of this guy? Like, what the hell does this guy know, right? Instead, what he did was, and I'll say this, I kind of want to make a reference to Kenny Omega, because I actually gained a lot of respect for Kenny Omega recently from listening to one of his podcasts.
For having diverticulitis?
No, not for that, but for just acknowledging that he's a shit AVP and he shouldn't have been in that position, and he didn't want to be in that position. Like, he said all this on his podcast in the public. He said he was shit at the job and he didn't want the job. So, and he shouldn't have had it. So I completely agree with Kenny Omega on that. But when you're like, listen to people like the Bucks, who clearly have this very indie mindset. It's great on the indies. It really is. But when you're trying to go into a national company, no, that shit doesn't fly. And it's what we've talked about for years at this point, is that you can't bring indie-rific bullshit to the mainstream because the mainstream has rejected it. That's why you're on the indies. It's a completely different game. So for Tony Khan to constantly reference the biggest wrestling promotion that's ever existed, ever, and be like, oh, they're the Harvey Weinstein, now I'm going to tweet about them. It's like, dude, you're just coming off like an entitled billionaire son douchebag. Shut up. Get out
there
of
was
your own
zero
way.
rebuttal too. That's what I loved about it.
Yeah, nothing.
Like,
No
just get out of here,
response.
fly. Like, shoot, fly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just get on, get out of here.
Yeah, because Triple H is like, sure, run your fucking mouth. I don't care. Let's look at the scoreboard of who's making money and who's actually watching each product.
I loved it when like Jack Perry like attacked Tony Khan, and then I was like, okay, now David Arquette's gonna come out. They're gonna give him
yes, that's what I thought.
This is so stupid.
The anniversary of winning the Big Goldie was not long ago. So, Primo, you got any thoughts on that?
So I didn't actually know about this part of it, but what I thought was funny was after Jack Perry did attack him and injure him. He was in the NFL draft the next week in a neck brace.
And he was like moving around, like his head around. It's like
he had a neck brace on. It's in the war room.
It wasn't even like a neck. It was like a neck pillow.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select. He's just like,
Right. Right.
You guys remember back in the day when Cornette had a kayfabe neck injury in Smoky Mountain? Then when he was on WWE, he was wearing the neck brace.
Yes.
But he didn't explain why.
Never. Yeah.
That was awesome. What
Yeah.
Tony Khan did is like, dude, you're a clown. You're a clown.
Like he tried to uphold kayfabe, but then at the same time he was like bobbing his neck all over the place, like
Right.
in the neck brace. Like, dude,
Yeah, it's like
Stop. Just
All right, so WWE boys, let's talk about the newest additions first. Are you guys down with like Tama Tonga coming in, Tonga Loa coming in, and then the other big Samoan is Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, trying to probably getting ready to come in and have some involvement. So So far, and we'll obviously talk about it those matches, but I think they're being utilized pretty well. I kind of liked how they kind of brought him in there, and honestly, like I've always been a Tongaloa fan, Camacho, whatever you want to call him. You know what I mean? Like I always thought he had like, a lot of pedigree and just needed like a good spot to, and obviously he went to Japan, got a ton better. But what do you think about these guys coming over?
So I'm okay with it, but they're not a main event faction. They don't have Roman. They don't have the Usos. Like I get that they're trying to like make Solo Sikoa like the lead, but he's Solo Sikoa. Like he'll be fine in like 5 years, but right now Bloodline is it's a mid card faction that is being booked like a main event faction, and that's where I kind of am like I'm not interested in this right now.
It's been the end stage of NWO since last Mania. Like it's over. Let's move on. And honestly, I like Jacob Fatu. I really do.
I do too a lot. Yeah, I want to throw that in there. I do too.
And do we really need to see more of the Rock's relatives like on mainstream? Like, can we please stop pushing all the Rock's relatives?
Everybody gets a job. You get a job.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just call it WW Rock.
What do you think, Primo? You like those guys?
So when they do the
Gorillas
NWO
of Destiny,
when they do the NWO Civil War, is Solo and Gorillas of Destiny, are they red and black, or is Roman and the Usos red and black?
Right.
Yeah, which one's the
right.
Main event Usos already red and black by himself.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's got to be what we're going towards, right? Because all right, so when they
obviously the Usos get back together, yeah.
So supposedly, when they laid down the storyline, this 9 innings that they're talking about, we're only in the 5th, we're whatever. They didn't have all this shit planned. Okay, we're going to bring, Tom and Tonga, and then, Tongaloa in, and then later on we're going to bring Fatu. They didn't have all that planned out. This is ad-libbing. This is trying to recreate the storyline. But we got to be going towards Roman turning face here, right?
Yeah,
that's got to be the end goal.
This got to be the only way this has got to go. Like, why even do this then? We can just we've seen families implode all the time. That's nothing new, especially not in wrestling. But what's going to make this one different? But if we're going towards Roman being a face and we're going to play this out a little bit longer, then I'm going to watch now. Just because I am a little more interested now that these guys are in it. Just to see what they do.
I'm happy
they're
they're with the company for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
You remember, and I'm going to say this real quick. I respect Paul Levesque a lot. I really do. But dude does not know when to let something die. And my prime example of this is, remember how long DX went on way past its prime?
God, I hated DX. Their entire existence, I hated them.
They essentially got something called X-Pac heat out of it.
the progenitor of X-Pac heat.
Yeah. So I love Paul Levesque. I respect him a lot, but dude if he has one flaw, it's he does not know when to let something go. Like
Hit Row.
Yeah. Yes.
Hit Row.
Yes. Hit Row. Flop himself. Still around somewhere.
Man.
I'm trying to get over that top rope.
That dude's on the Indies now.
Why?
Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it. Primo, I'll let you lead.
I don't want to talk about that.
No. His name's AJ Francis. Actually,
now I have to fight him.
He won like an independent title, I think.
There's only room for one AJ on the Indies.
He's won a title, I think. Okay, so yeah. There's
not the title of best AJ.
He's won like a title in a Chicago area promotion.
You have a promo off.
Yeah.
I would destroy him.
So I'll let you lead off with this one, Primo. All right, so we heard Becky and Seth was going off on vacation, and then all of a sudden Rhea gets hurt, and then here comes Becky back, and and so. Since Becky came back from her early vacation, to win the belt, basically, since Rhea got hurt, you think this was the right move? They're going to leave it on her for a while, you think?
No, I don't think she's gonna carry it for a long time. No, she was an emergency, like they hit break glass, use now type situation.
Sure.
Because she was already gonna go on vacation. They're like, oh fuck, now Rhea's hurt. We need to bring back our safety net here. Bring back Becky.
Yeah.
And now you got like Liv and
that would have been the real
everybody.
heat.
Yeah,
Put it on
everybody
Liv.
else.
Why not just put it on Liv?
She, with the whole injury angle they were running, like why not go full on heel and let her win it
Yeah.
after that?
Yeah,
Liv
and then
was
there's a
not
picture
a
of-
good draw as a champion, was why. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Primo. Go ahead.
Well, no, you're
No.
totally right.
I mean, I agree, but you could tell they need that somebody that they consider a star to have the title, and so obviously Becky's vacation was cut short. No, do I think it was the right move? Sure, business wise.
Yeah.
Do I care? No.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
They missed the opportunity to finally elevate Nia Jax.
Shut your mouth.
Who
Such
needs
a missed
who
opportunity.
needs a fake injury angle when you could just put Nia Jax in there?
And have a real one.
Because what really sucks is that Rhea had this really long, cool, like good title run.
Yeah,
and it was just now it just kind of went off.
Right.
And, like we got nothing out of it now.
You know what sucks is when she comes back, she's going to be a face.
she's already a face, man.
Yeah, but not booked like one. But
She is so over that she can't help but be a face. Like,
Liv is gonna take Dom Dom.
yeah, I hope so.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be
Nia
something.
Jax is going to
that.
take Dom Dom,
Yeah.
throw him over her shoulder, and walk off.
I'm going to say this
They've
as a
already
giant
made eyes
with me,
a couple
little Dom.
times. They've already made eyes a couple times. You seen that?
made eyes.
They're leaning into it already. It's
They've
coming.
been courting.
Right.
Going to go to the sock hop.
All right. So
He's going to take her to the ice cream social.
just sock off. All right. So riddle me this, boys. All right. So are we ruined from the old King of the Ring tournaments from back
Yes.
in the day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like I love that they brought it back, but I just feel like so far there's we're just having matches and like I don't know, just has and they're showcasing people. They're doing or people that haven't been showcased a little before. They're doing shows. They're doing matches on some house shows, which is that's kind of cool. It throws a little something different in there. But man, so right now, yeah, King and Queen of the Ring tournament's going on right now, and
Look,
it couldn't be more dull. I think.
Yeah.
I was kind of excited for it when Xavier won, and then
Same.
that didn't that was quickly erased, and then Zelina was queen for like 5 years. So I don't
Right.
know. Yeah, it is the whole King and Queen of the Ring thing. Yeah, I don't know. I get back to the drawing board and come back with a real turn. Like what? I really liked the King of the Ring tournament, like how it used to be. But
course,
that was
yeah.
like
back in the day.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, plus, like, the King gimmick is the kiss of death.
Unless you're Macho Man
Or Booker T.
or Booker T. Yeah.
yeah.
What are you talking about? You
Yeah.
didn't like King Sheamus?
With his, like, antler crown.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
was thinking about that. I was like, do we even really want Gunther to win? Like,
no.
yeah, right.
King
that's what I'm saying.
Gunther!
Yeah.
He should
He
be-
can't. He can't be no funny.
Pat
gimmick.
McAfee called him
Isaac Gunther!
the King General.
The King General.
King Gunther.
King Gunther!
Who was the best king though? Like, give me your top two kings. I'm gonna give you mine. Go ahead.
Macho Man Booker T.
Oh, okay.
Macho Man, Owen Hart.
Okay. I'm gonna say
Yeah, I
Macho
did not have time
Man,
for this.
Harley Race.
Harley Race. I forgot that he was
Yeah.
he was
About-
like a,
Haku,
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
King
Haku. Booker's good, man. He was
wasn't
fun.
fucking what's his name? Oh, that one, Jim
Oh,
Duggan.
Hacksaw.
Wasn't he
Hacksaw.
king at some point?
Oh.
Did I just create a memory?
I
in
think
my
you just
brain?
made. I think you wanted it to be something so bad that you just
Right.
like envisioned it and came up with your memories.
He's the king in my heart.
The King of the Ring
Here-
gimmick.
here's what
ruined-
we got.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, let's hear him.
From 1985 to now, there's only 23 or
Sweet.
22. Excuse me. Don Morocco, Harley Race, Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase, Tito Santana, Bret Hart, 91 and 93, Owen Hart,
Ooh.
Mabel.
Mabel.
Oh. Is that when he crushed
perp.
Undertaker's orbital bone?
He beat
Big perp.
Savio. Stone Cold, Triple H, Ken Shamrock, Billy Gunn, Kurt Angle, Edge, Brock Lesnar, Booker T, William Regal, Sheamus, Bad News Barrett, Baron Corbin, and Xavier Woods.
So obviously, sometimes they wore the gimmick and sometimes they didn't, because I don't remember like
Brock putting on a crown
Lesnar.
and putting on a cape.
King, yeah.
Whereas Wade Barrett was like, yeah, I'm King Barrett.
Oh, they've ruined Wade Barrett. He was Bad News Barrett. What a great gimmick.
I got some bad news.
I got some bad news.
I love
Right.
that.
So did
Right.
I.
It was awesome.
But
What a
no, they're
great
like
punchline.
King Barrett. He's like, oh, fuck off.
Oh, nice.
That just made me
Nice.
sad remembering Bad News Barrett now.
Oh man, he was such a good gimmick. Such a
It was,
gimmick.
man. I love when like all of a sudden he would just show up. He'd be on that podium.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it was like 6 stories.
Yeah, it was so high.
Yeah.
like how did he get up there, man? He like dropped
ladder.
him with like
It's
well,
they're doing commercial. He's like,
right,
Like a scissor split.
like
Slowly
20-foot ladder, and then he's got to jump from there. Or what?
Oh my god, what a gimmick! God damn
that
it!
was
he's good on commentary though. I like.
underrated.
I
know,
love him
I like
on
him and
commentary.
Corey together too. I think
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
Yeah, you know Cody Rhodes came up with that gimmick, right?
King of the Ring?
No,
bad news.
Bad news.
Uh-huh.
King of the Ring.
Did he
His
invent
daddy
it when he
probably
was
did.
0?
That's probably Dusty, actually.
Yeah, right. All right, good transition though. Let's talk Cody. Michael, we're a little over a month into Cody's run. Think he's looking good as champ so far.
I like Cody as champ.
So
I
do
think
I.
he is like the perfect face for WWE. Like normally babyface champs, their runs don't go well, but Cody is like lightning hot. And yeah, just a good talker, good presence, like great champion. So I'm really liking it so far.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and I'm not like super like Cody has to have a different belt, but that belt just don't look right on him. You know,
Yeah,
something about it.
yeah, I agree with you on that.
Is it
But I
because
agree
we've
with
seen
everything
Roman
else
hold
you
it for
said.
so long?
Maybe that's it,
It's-
but maybe,
it's
I don't
Roman's
know.
belt, yeah.
But at the same, yeah, he's super freaking babyface. He's Superman to the WWE right now.
What if they let Cody switch with
Damien?
Damien, yeah.
What,
Would Cody look
give
better
him
holding
the
that
hobo
one?
belt?
The old hobo belt.
No, I'm
The
saying
consolation
if
prize?
no, just saying if like that bet was undisputed and the other one was the
Are you talking
World
about the
title.
specific belt design?
yeah. Cody
Oh, no,
looks
I
better
think
holding it.
the belt that Cody has right now is the most Cody belt I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to see him.
It looks
I
like
want
his
him to
ring
bring
gear.
back the Wing Eagle. Like I really
He's
want
the
them to bring
one.
back
He's the
Wing
one
Eagle.
that brought back the White IC title. Like
That is
Yeah,
true.
he did.
he likes classic belts.
Sure.
I thought
I
for
hope
sure
he
that
does.
they were going to bring back the Winged Eagle belt after he won it. It would have been cool and fitting.
He should be wearing the belt that Dusty should have won in Madison Square Garden. That's the belt he should be carrying.
Yeah, wasn't that the Winged
Like
Eagle?
it's like this big.
Yeah.
No,
it's like an
that was
actual
a-
belt.
That was
You
like
can
the
put it
belt
through-
buckle.
You can put it it's actually
the-
used to hold pants up.
The Winged Eagle wasn't
He
until
looks like Andre with it.
Right.
Yeah, I think no, Dusty. He would have been before the Winged Eagle was debuted when he was in Madison Square Garden. Should have won it. I think. Let me do some research on that real
So
fast.
was it that tiny green one?
I think so. Yes. I want to see
I
Cody
agree
with
with
a tiny
like
green
the one
belt.
that Iron Sheik had, Macho had,
Yes.
San Martino had late. San Martino had that really thin one in the beginning for years.
Yeah. It was an act. They just took someone's belt. It just happened to be a bit
it wasn't-
flamboyant. Like, oh shit, we need
I wanna
props
see
right
it.
now. Bruno, give me your
88
belt.
was when the Winged Eagle was debuted. Dusty Rhodes should have won belt. And, let's see. You guys can keep.
When y'all
talking.
think Wayne Dingle, who do you think? What's the first wrestler you think?
Hogan.
I think Michaels. I think Shawn Michaels.
I was gonna say Bret Hart or Shawn, but
I would like to think Bret Hart, but
I do. I would like to think Bret Hart too. I'd like to think Hulk Hogan probably, but I don't know. Just that belt just.
That's just because I'm a little younger than y'all and I don't give a fuck about Hogan.
Yeah, he was a twat, is what you need to know about. Allegedly.
Terry Bollea was.
I mean, I know everything I need to know about Hogan. I've watched this shit my whole life. I just never, when I was younger, I didn't care.
I was never a Hogan fan.
This is well documented. They're all shitbag carnies. I have a quote from Primo about this. They're all shitbag carnies.
WrestleMania.
Primo quote.
WrestleMania next year, boys. April 19th and 20th.
Vegas.
Las Vegas, man. That's pretty darn cool, man. That's
you sound
tempting.
like a late night DJ now.
Who I do?
Oh, let's go to Vegas. WrestleMania in Las Vegas.
Hey there, you cool cats. We're gonna.
No, you sound smooth.
Hey there, cool cats and kittens. Check out these groovy tunes I'm about to play for you here. Grab that little lady, put your arm around her, pull her in tight. It's going to be a long night. Here we go.
Just don't be a couple haters when you show on up latest, baby.
Shut the fuck up.
Couple haters.
You just ruined it.
Madison Square Garden, 1977 was Dusty Rhodes' famous match. So about 11 years later.
Yeah.
So Vegas next year.
Yeah, the Raider Stadium, I'm assuming that's where it's at. Can't remember the name of those corporate, whatever they sponsors or the place.
Well, yeah,
MetLifeDoubleClick.com stadium.
Right. Man, that's tempting though. 2 nights though. Like.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
I kind of want to go. Flights to Vegas are cheap.
I feel like they're going to do something stupid, like they're going to do UFC on a Friday night and just make it like a wacky, crazy weekend.
They absolutely.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're going to amplify it somehow. For that and being in Vegas, UFC's home. Crazy.
Plus, you have people flying in from all over the world to WrestleMania in Vegas.
I don't know if I'm too excited about it. Actually, I don't know if I want WrestleMania. Remember the last time that WrestleMania was in Vegas? Live from Caesar's parking lot?
Caesar's parking lot!
Yeah.
I realized
Plaza or whatever it was.
And they did the Roman fucking motif, and it was the biggest fucking joke ever. I feel like something like that might... Like
togas and shit.
Yeah. I feel like something like that might happen again, only replace Roman motif with the blackjack or something.
What if instead of a Roman motif, it's a Roman motif and everyone's just dressed like Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
everyone's got flag.
If Vince McMahon was still there, then absolutely. Then he'd just be jerking off the entire time.
They're having an NXT event at the UFC Apex in June.
They're having a what?
NXT Battleground will happen at UFC Apex Center.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. How long until they have a pay-per-view at the Sphere?
Oh my God!
I don't know.
That'd be dope to go to, right?
I wish this one was at the Sphere.
Incorporate that into WrestleMania somehow next year.
Right. You imagine wrestler entrances in that damn thing.
Oh, it would be the
coolest thing ever.
You're going to zonk out, dude. There's going to be so much going on around you and
very overstimulated. Yeah.
Yes.
That's nuts.
Well, plus, Vegas is, WrestleMania. You're going to have so much cross promotion. You're going to have UFC guys showing up at that event. Yeah. Wrestlers showing up at UFC events. It's going to be fucking weird.
Yeah.
Brock is just everywhere. He's everywhere and nowhere.
Brock.
Real quick, are we still not acknowledging Brock Lesnar's existence, or are we back to Brock is okay again?
No, he's still not being.
I mean, speak on him if you have to.
No, I'm actually asking: is WWE actually? Are we still? No.
Oh, I got no idea. I don't know. Maybe. So what about my last note here that I have, like, since Braun Strowman came back,
what the fuck? Where did that come from?
why? So Primo just asked in our little chat box.
Wait, dirty, allow me.
Allow you? Okay, go for
Yeah.
it. No, absolutely.
Hey there, cool cats. Did you hear about the guy who dipped his balls in glitter? Pretty nuts. What?
He was pretty nuts.
Where?
I don't know. So Primo decided to put in a little joke in our little chat box. Anyway, back to wrestling. So Braun Strowman is back. How corny could this be? This couldn't be any more cornier than what they're doing with him since they brought him back. Like, what are we doing here? But I'm hearing rumors that he might be involved in this Wyatt 6 possibly as maybe his old character from, I'm hearing a lot of stuff. There's, this is going to be, that's going to come through eventually. So
does that mean he has to get his pee pants back?
Yeah.
Remember the pants that looks like he peed him?
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
like he peed him. And
can I ask you guys a question here?
Is it about pee pants?
No, it's about the Wyatt 6. This is bad taste, right? Like, this is...
I don't think so. If it's Bo Dallas, then no.
If it's... So. Well, Bo Dallas was never part of it, though. Like...
Yeah, but... it's kind of... I see why that would appear like it would be in bad taste, but I think it's like Michael, say you get murdered.
Yes. Probably gonna happen.
Which is most likely the outcome of your life. Say you get murdered.
I'm watching you, Primo, by the way.
And I decide to,
pretty nuts.
And I decide to carry on something that you're doing. I don't know, like murdering other people or whatever.
So I murdered a murderer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did a good thing. So I feel like it would be a continuation of my brother's legacy, kind of. Right. Like it'd be kind of like, that's how I view it a little bit. I don't think it's a cheap cash grab. I think it'll be good. I do. I think they're going to do it right.
The Bray Wyatt documentary. And when it came out, it's pretty much what Bo Dallas said, and kind of referred to. And at the end, they had like the little vignette for like Uncle Howdy. So,
well, that's my point. Is that no one's going to do that character like Bray Wyatt did. Like no one's going to come close. Like you had Waylon Mercy from before that. Bray Wyatt essentially got the character from, which is just a knockoff from the guy from Cape Fear. But like,
Max Cady.
I love Bo Dallas. Let me preface with this.
Same.
I love Bo Dallas. I think he's awesome. I think he's a great wrestler, great talent, great talker. But he doesn't have that charisma that Bray Wyatt requires to be convincing as a cult leader. If that makes any sense.
Right.
You don't believe?
I believe in the inspirational talker Bo Dallas, because I thought I was like, yes.
Hold the signs up.
Yeah, the delusional inspirational talker. Yeah, that was a great character.
Maybe I'm just a little biased because I like Bo Dallas is one of my favorite like non-star wrestlers of all time. Yeah. I love Bo Dallas so much.
Yeah,
I've loved him in every single gimmick that he's ever done. So, yeah, maybe I'm just a little biased, but I think if he does it correctly, I think it could be okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just like, whenever you're going to do the cult leader gimmick, you have to be like just a barrel of charisma. Like CM Punk in the Straight Edge Society, that made sense because he's just so charismatic. But Undertaker in the Ministry of Darkness, he's like, I am the leader.
Crucifying people.
Yeah. But then it turned out to be Vince McMahon anyway, somehow. Or...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
All right, boys, let's move on here. Let's jump to AEW.
Yes, let's do this. I haven't sharpened these knives in a while.
AEW Dynasty. Hang on, I lost my notes here.
I didn't even take notes.
What did you guys think about Dynasty as a whole? If you watched it, I wasn't like super big on everything that happened. Is two things really: Ospreay and Danielson, and then Swerve winning the world title from Joe. I thought was pretty good. I was pretty happy for him. I'm not a huge Swerve fan. I think it's great. That he's champ. I was more of a Samoa Joe guy, but the storyline I thought was pretty good. He's been feuding with tons of people. He's had a lot of good matches. So it was kind of like cool to see the transition. So, but what'd you guys think about Swerve winning the title?
Yeah, I was cool with it. I mean, I think Joe held it for a good amount of time. Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't expect Joe to hold it for that long, to be honest. But no, I was cool. I think it's cool to see someone like Swerve or just giving somebody else a shot.
Sure. Yeah.
I enjoy seeing someone that I could honestly not pick out of a lineup win the title. I couldn't. If you were to ask me right now, describe Swerve Strickland.
Sure.
I couldn't do it.
No.
Not do it.
You didn't watch
a big wrestler guy.
So he doesn't pass the airport test, is what you're saying?
No, I genuinely meant that too. Like, it's cool that they gave it to someone that is kind of in nondescript, I guess. I don't know, because maybe it'll do something for him. But yeah, honestly, I could not. I couldn't describe Swerve Strickland to you, and I've watched a dozen of his matches. I don't know.
Right.
I've been a fan for a long time. I liked him as Killshot and Lucha Underground, and
yeah.
I liked him in NXT, so I watched him a long time.
Totally forgot that he was Killshot.
I saw him a lot on the Indies. Him and Matt Riddle was. I see that live in it was like a main event of an Evolve show one time, and it was awesome for the title. The other match that I was really liked about, and then was Ospreay and Danielson.
I mean, the 8.5 stars.
Yeah,
Dave
whatever.
Meltzer classic.
Yeah, whatever. Yep. And I mean, and it was fantastic. I just that one spot really bothered me where Ospreay basically did like a nasty kind of like, I don't know, almost kind of like razor's edge like from his back, but and Danielson basically just landed straight on his neck, and I'm like, oh my god,
yeah, that made me cringe.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, but.
You remember the Tiger Driver last time we saw Ospreay
in
the big title match?
Yeah.
That wanker.
Ospreay's had a lot of near misses like that on a lot of stuff, but I mean, I don't know. I just assume that they talk about it and it's like, all right, we'll just hope for the best, and but I'm just understanding like that match didn't need that spot.
No,
not at all.
It didn't.
Not at all. It didn't add or take from it. And I guess when you're wrestlers and you're planning out this match, you hope to be having a banger, I guess. You hope to be just, fucking killing it. In the middle of that, like, oh man, we're fucking killing it. Crowd's going fucking wild. No need to do that fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you save that spot if you want to try to, bring them back in, get more empathy on Danielson or something, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I was just like, maybe that's me getting older watching wrestling too. I'm just like, it was just totally unnecessary. The match was phenomenal without all that. Like,
I 100% agree with you. Like they didn't need that spot again. Like the crowd was into it the entire time. Like they didn't ever lose them. They didn't need to get them back into it. Like there's no need to drop someone with known CTE problems, dropping him on his neck and head. Like you just don't need to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that was basically all that stood out to me. It was a decent card. Willow Nightingale's the new TBS champion. I think Jericho won the hook championship.
Of course. He is ruining his legacy, by the way.
Oh man, like look at Michael's like, I told you so.
No one has ever dropped so much in my esteem as Chris Jericho. Go the fuck away.
I feel like it's just
said the sentence.
A lot of people's opinions. It's just
seriously.
Yeah.
Real quick about this. Okay.
Yeah. Don't get your serious voice out.
Okay. What was I going to say? Can I talk like this instead the entire time I'm going to do the review of this episode?
Yes, you can.
Can I get
like
my Dynasty
DJ?
on? Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Quiet Storm.
Dirty, you said something that I thought could apply to all of AEW from the inception of it to right now.
What? Go away.
You didn't need to do that.
Right, yeah. Didn't add or take to the match.
Like, think of how many spots they've done where you could just honestly be like, you didn't need to do that.
Right.
It's like they're having this weird like ratings race with no one, where they're just competing with each other in each other's matches.
And they're still losing.
But like, so like, remember the Monday Night Wars where they were going head to head with another rival company? Well, right now they're doing all this crazy shit, but it's not to go against WWE. It's to see who can have the craziest match in the back. They're doing it to pop themselves, and they're fucking hurting each other badly doing it. Like, for example, where's Mox?
In Japan.
Yeah.
And before that, he got dropped on his head twice in the same match, right? From a stupid move that didn't need to happen.
Correct.
Yeah, and then repeated.
Yeah. And then, okay, Ospreay, bring him back up. That we just talked about the Tiger Driver. That was disgusting looking. Ugh. It's completely unnecessary. So then, like, look at like the Swerve Strickland drinking the blood, Adam Page. Like, so it's like you didn't need to do that. Right. What are you doing? That's not storytelling. That's just like sensationalism for the sake of it. So, Dirty, to your point, when you do things to like, enhance a match, like, a great sequence or a great bout of chain wrestling or things like that, awesome. Just doing a big move that is like gross looking or like a spot that's just like, ugh. Like PCO getting his mouth stapled shut. Why?
Right.
You lost at least one viewer from that. And he clearly didn't gain any.
Right.
So that's my summation of AEW. You didn't need to do that.
No.
And Chris Jericho can fuck off. He's been here for way too long.
Go away, Chris Jericho.
With all due respect, like, we love you, Chris, but man,
one of the greatest ever. But fuck off.
Right.
Stop doing things.
Agreed. He is one of the greatest ever. But
sure.
My God, like, how many days can you eat lasagna in a row before you're like, I fucking hate lasagna?
Never. And 1,000.
I will test that theory with the Chris Jericho experience.
No, test it with lasagna. Send me lasagna.
All right, boys. Let's jump on over to WWE Backlash live from Lyon, France. I believe it was last Saturday, about 12, 11 time. I love daytime wrestling. I'm like, it's great. I always love watching. So before we talk about the matches, man, I think as much as the crowd was talked about a lot here. And
best crowd ever.
That they were fucking nuts. They're phenomenal. Obviously, they don't get a lot of pay-per-views and stuff over there, but and let me say my piece on it too. Is yeah, they were great and they were crazy and they had their songs that they sing and that kind of stuff. But like after a while, it's a soccer match, right? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, they stayed up like the whole time. Yeah, they did because they sang the whole time. It's not like they were like, yeah, like crazy into the match. A lot of times they were just singing, but to their, to also give them props though, like, they were like, singing and crazy and up, and like it looked like most of them stood the whole time too, which was like pretty awesome. But everybody's like, oh, American wrestling crowds can learn from that, and I'm like, well, all right, well, what are we going to start singing? What are we going to sing? Like.
We don't have a lot of soccer hooligan
right.
anthems that we can sing it.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. We're going to sing that the whole time?
Yes.
We don't have them. Well, I mean, we do have songs. We just don't know. Yeah, it's one of the USA chants. But yeah, I thought the crowd was super awesome.
The crowd is always awesome whenever they go to a foreign country. And I'm going to include Puerto Rico here, even though Puerto Rico is not foreign, but you understand the point.
Sure.
It does remind me that American crowds are cunty and entitled and disinterested. They really are.
By the way, by claiming Puerto Rico is not foreign, you just blew people's minds. They're confused and sweating and furrowing their brows.
For those who don't know,
Puerto
Rico is a United
States from Puerto Rico, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Come on in.
They are United States. They can vote in the elections. Look at that go. They're basically a state without statehood.
All right, so hot start to the PLE. We had the Bloodline defeating Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in a street fight. What got made into a street fight later by Nick Aldis, and then we eventually seen Tama Tonga was in the match. We eventually seen the debut of Tonga Loa, who used to be Camacho in WWE NXT, who is the son of Haku. And everybody kept thinking this is going to be the debut of Jacob Fatu because he just got. But I think he might. Honestly, I think they might do a little something with him in NXT first, and then unless they want that big surprise pop. But they're all worried about. I've seen so many. They're worried about like if Fatu did come in, he's going to kind of outshine Solo right now as like the the new leader or whatever. So. But this match in particular, though, was pretty awesome. Primo, talk about it.
It was pretty good. I like how they started it out, where they just started brawling.
Yeah.
And then, of course, yeah, like you said, Nick Aldis came out and he said, "No, we're not going to do this, guys. You know what? Just." He said whatever they say in France. I don't even remember French shit.
Sacre bleu!
And then omelette du fromage. And then they had the match, which was good. They had a lot of good
Did
spots.
Did
in
you
the
say
match.
fuck this shit? Oh god.
And
yeah.
And no, I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah.
good. I did not expect Tonga Loa to come.
Neither did I.
So, yeah.
Me neither. I'm like, they didn't, either they were like, all right, just fly from Japan to France, and stay there,
Right.
and then we'll meet you there. You know what I mean? Because
We'll meet you there.
because I was thinking, oh, they're not doing any kind of debuts or anything this weekend because they got haul them to France if one extra person, but I don't know, it just didn't seem like a debut place.
Maybe that's
For
the
me.
connecting flight between Japan and the United States, like France. So, like, yeah, sure, we'll debut.
And we Paris.
So, I took a creative writing class in college, and one of the things they taught us was if you have two characters that are similar, do not, under any circumstances, give them similar names, because then no one will know who the fuck is who.
Right.
Tamatonga, Tongaloa. Which
Right.
one's which? I don't know. I was
Right.
confused after like 30 seconds, and I was like, okay, I'm checked out now.
Which one do I get to call Bongo Bongo?
Like, why can't we just call him Camacho? That's what it was a long time ago. Like,
Because it's not bloodlining enough,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the fact that like those
True.
two names, like the fact that they went with those two, I'm already kind of annoyed with this right
Wait,
now. Like
okay, real quick. It's Tammy Tonga and Tongo
Loa.
Tongaloa.
Takuchi?
It's Tamatonga, Tongaloa.
Yeah.
No.
And then when he comes in, he's probably just going to be Fatu, or they'll name him something else, maybe.
Yes,
or something.
But it's like the fact that they gave him such similar names. I was immediately out. Like immediately, I was like, nope, I'm not even going to try and waste my very limited brain cells at this point trying to figure out which one's which.
We were just talking about the Beverly Brothers. And you had Bo and Blake.
Blake had the mustache.
A mustache, yeah. The only difference was a mustache.
Yeah, it was Blake that had it.
Yeah.
Blake has the rake.
But yeah, I thought this was a good match, good start. Yeah, of course, the Bloodline's got to go over. You can't debut these guys and them lose. It's just
it'd be funny if they did.
Yeah. So and then the crowd goes fucking nuts because Bayley comes out. She beats Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. Hey Bayley, ooh,
Oh yeah.
I want to know, if you be my girl all fucking night. And after she went back in, she's loving it, man. They love her there. Those
at least somewhere.
This good match, Bayley. Man. Tiffany Stratton's a real deal. I like her a lot.
I mean,
yes, I think Tiffany Stratton is going to be huge in a year.
Work, but other than that,
a little bit, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
Triple H is the one who made Bayley a mega face in the first place before Vince was like, oh, ruin her.
Right. Do it, AJ. Do it,
yeah. Oh, put her in.
What you got? What you got, Primo?
Oh, it's something on my desk.
It's
a 3D printed thing.
Oh. Yeah, but what a whole lot to this match. You could tell they just kind of wanted to, it was a decent little women's match for this card. And then El Campeon, Damian Priest defeated Jey Uso to retain the WWE World Title. I'm not on. Go ahead, Primo. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as I raised my non-firing hand, that as much as I wanted Damian Priest to be a champion,
he's not. I agree.
It's not doing it for me.
I agree.
It's super early though. Still,
you can't have a champion in a faction unless they're the leader of the faction.
He's not even the leader of the faction.
I wanted to be the champion so bad, and now that he is, I'm like, oh.
Well, because think about this, like he's supposed to be like the guy, right? And he's not even the guy in his own group.
No, I would argue that he's third in the group because you have Rhea, who's clearly the leader,
clearly,
and then Finn, and then fucking Damian.
Yeah,
I know. I want him to be a good champion, but I feel like this is Jey Uso coming pretty soon.
It's got to be
and I'm not even on the Jey train at all.
Neither am I.
It just, I don't know. It just kind of makes sense. He's big baby face right now.
Well, you can also see how WWE writes in books, and they patterns repeat themselves. So, what's going to happen here.
I mean, but if they give the belt to Jey, that means they're pretty much going to have all babyface champs. Like, that's dumb.
Right.
Yeah, unless there's a new super faction they're working on with maybe 6 guys. Maybe. With Bo Dallas at the helm.
Maybe.
If it's Halloween, he's Boo Dallas.
Yeah. Wyatt 6 Bloodline. War Games Survivor Series or some shit.
Are there any heel champs right now? Logan Paul, I guess.
A-Town Down Under.
No one cares about those.
What do you ask?
God, what did they do to Austin Theory? What did they do to that guy?
I think they're doing what they should have been doing the entire time with him, is not make people hate his guts and let him develop organically.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. What I'm saying is he got pushed to the moon, and people were like, "Boo!" They tried to scale back, and people were like, "Boo!"
he got run.
You gotta stay right there in that middle.
Here's Grayson Waller to pair him with. People were like, "Boo!"
Yeah. And then,
we like him when he's just getting, he's just working with superstars and getting buried.
Yeah. No. Like, why don't?
No, I'm kidding. I actually like him, but yeah, I get I see what you're saying.
Like, yeah, it's gonna take him a while to recover from that first initial disaster push.
Yeah. So it was only 5 matches on this card. Fourth up was Jade Cargill and Bianca defeating the Kabuki Warriors. So still bringing in Jade this way, as a tag partner, that kind of stuff.
Good.
Mania next year, Bianca, Jade probably. headline night 1, maybe night 2. One of the nights probably. This is just what I see. What do y'all think about Jade so far? She looks like $1 million still.
She does.
She's got the look.
Sure.
She's a little. It seems like she's a little floppy.
She's still janky, man. She's still like she's still thinking a lot. You know what I mean? And it's just not fluid yet to me. It still looks about like she did in AEW.
And go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I get why they paired her with Bianca Belair, but my disdain for Bianca Belair is so fervent that I'm just like, I want nothing to do
obviously,
with it.
I love Bianca.
Obviously, they put her with freaking the machine known as Bianca Belair.
Yeah, awesome. I love her because she's just good, man. She's the new Natty. She really, to me, honestly, like she's just
Bianca Belair is.
Like, yeah, just like that pedigree. Like she's kind of like, I don't know. She's very fundamental. She's gotten skills down. She's very comfortable. Like honestly, like I don't know. Kind of says that they probably think that too by putting Jade with her, but.
I never really liked Natty either, if you want me to be completely honest with you.
What? I mean, throw out Bianca's gimmick. I ain't talking about any of that. You know what I mean?
Okay, if you throw out Bianca's gimmick, I would.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate the gimmick so much.
I'm just talking about work. Yeah.
The EST of the WWE.
Yeah. I mean, eventually she's joining the Pride.
Natty.
Let's go. Yeah.
I love Natty.
I do too, man. Natty's got always
I've never been
in my heart.
Never been a fan.
It's because you never believed in the power of cats.
I didn't. Or farts. Those are her two gimmicks.
Do you believe in?
Why would they do that to her?
Do you believe in anything?
You believe in anything anymore? Here's my comparison for Jade Cargill.
Cats and farts.
Jade Cargill is essentially what you would get if you took Sasha Banks and gave her a physique. Where she has a very floppy, she's got she's got natural charisma about her. She's clearly athletic, but Sasha Banks' physique was that of like a 12-year-old who fell on her head a lot. And I will never stop saying this. Sasha Banks' entire offense revolved around falling on her neck. Prove me wrong on it.
I can't do it.
But yeah, she's getting cleaned up. Bianca Belair's gimmick is such ass, and great worker, but God, her gimmick is shit. Like,
yeah, and she's gonna be a good heel, man, when she gets there. Like, she's gonna have the attitude and stuff to go with it. So main event that night turned out. I mean, obviously we all knew, Cody ain't losing the belt, but man, this was a good match with Cody and AJ. They tried to, put a little stink on it from AJ wrestling Dusty before. AJ, I think, wore his tights that he wore that night or something when he wrestled Dusty that night. So try to put a little history into it, make people care a little bit. But I mean, solid match. I felt like I was watching TNA 05 or something, you know what I mean? Like it was, just good fundamental shit.
I actually love this match. Just because I like this version of AJ Styles right now. He's just going to go out and make anyone that he's going up against look like $1 million. Mm-hmm. And he does. And it's great.
He is the guy that works with the guy. You know what I mean? Like that was Triple H's job. Now it's AJ Styles' job.
Mm-hmm. And AJ Styles does it better.
Yeah, like he's always going to be in that top picture because he's the guy you work with, and it's because, like you said, he can make anyone look like $1 million.
Plus, even though he's 45 years old or however old AJ Styles is, he can still go like that. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, that's old as fuck.
He's great.
Yeah, he's old as balls. Like he's probably like in his mid-40s.
What do you think of this match, Primo?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, you put these two names on the card against each other. I mean, that's good. Come on, that's no brainer. Mm-hmm. I like they said. I mean, it's AJ. At first, AJ is always great. Not you, AJ, but this. AJ.
I am always great.
Yeah.
And we knew Cody wasn't going to lose right away. So, but it was cool. It was fun to watch.
All right, let's rate it on the mark scale, 1 to 10. What do you think, AJ?
4.
B pay-per-view. Did you say a 4?
4. Yep. A
Well,
4.
average, huh?
Because like there were so many things where I was just like, like the naming your 2 characters,
Tonga Bongo
and Tongaloa, like fuck off.
and Tiki Torch.
Again, I'm not.
They were already named that before they came.
Yeah,
I'm not on
yeah.
board with the new bloodline. I don't like Bianca Belair. The crowd was great, but they did do a lot of just.
AJ thinks it's
singing.
weird because one guy's last name is another guy's first name. That's what it's like. It's confusing.
And they look alike. God damn it! Main event was great though. I really enjoyed the main event. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with 4. Yeah, 4. I'm comfortable with that.
I'll give it 6.5. It was pretty average.
There's a floating head in your background. Okay, she's good.
Michael, what'd you think? 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it a dead center 5. Yeah, there's some matches I just was like, I don't care. Like I just saw the match, like I don't care. But I got a question. What if I had 2 characters who had a poofy blonde bouffant, and one was named Ric Flair, and the other one was named Flair Fredrickson?
Right.
And they both wooed at me all the time.
And they were both Nature Boys.
Do they both look exactly like Ric Flair?
Yes, they do.
Then yeah, I would have the same problem.
What if instead of woo, it was ooh?
Yeah. This is a beep. Like I said, beep. Go ahead, Primo. What?
Maybe their names make more sense in their culture. I don't know. I'm just trying to be reasonable here.
Right. Yeah. But like, you know how in wrestling they try to simplify things and they want people to be original and that kind of stuff. So, but maybe they'll rename one of them something, or they'll just call one Tama and they'll call the other one Tonga.
Tonga.
Primo, like maybe in their culture, these aren't their real names. Like these are invented names.
No, I know that. I know, just like the Usos isn't the real name either. But like, I'm just saying, maybe maybe it makes sense to them.
Do you remember when Bobby Heenan was making fun of one of the wrestlers? Was it like Tamaguchi or something like that? And he was like, "No one's gonna remember that. He should be called Fred.
He should be called Fred."
Yeah. For me, like I said, pay-per-view, I'm gonna go with like a solid 7 because they bookended the shit out of this pay-per-view very well. They had the hot start, had some debuts, had us locked in, and then a couple of decent matches in between, and then we went home with a very solid match between 2 very, very good workers. So that kind of creeped up into the 7 for me. So
Primo, what'd you give it?
6.5.
Okay.
So coming up for
I was distracted by the floating head. Sorry.
Coming up for WWE is they're going to finish up King of the Ring shortly, and then they're doing Clash at the Castle. Is that in Scotland? Glasgow, is that right?
It was in Cardiff last year?
Cardiff last
I think it's in
year.
Glasgow.
Yeah, okay. So this will be a big Drew Mac pay-per-view then probably. AEW's got Double or Nothing coming up soon. Before we go home, man, I want to give a few notes about a couple indie wrestling shows that, first of all, last weekend, witnessed one of the best Iron Spirit Pro shows I've seen, probably in, at least top 10 in the couple of years I've been working for them. Very good, solid pay-per-view. Check it out on video.ironspiritpro.com. And also coming up on June the 15th, Dreamwave is back. They're going to be live on IWTV with another big show. So make sure you check that one out. Main event, steel cage match, Maggie Lee trying to win the Dreamwave Women's Championship against Brittany Brooks. And then coming up here pretty soon on the pod, we got another pod where I'm going to sit down with Sean Galway and check up on his recovery and everything that's going on with him. And then me and the boys are going to be back middle of June, like for the ones kind of we just talked about, Clash at the Castle, Double or Nothing, King of the Ring, and all that kind of stuff. So have they announced Royal Rumble location yet?
San Antonio again.
I also wanted to say while you're looking that up, poor Minnesota, poor Minneapolis. They've been the bridesmaid to get WrestleMania for like 5 straight years, dude.
I don't think they'll ever get it.
Like it's come down to Minneapolis and the other city, Philadelphia. Wherever they was before that, I can't remember, but
Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like they've lost to. They want to do it at the Metrodome where the Vikings play, which would be indoors. Which
would be indoors.
Well, yeah, if they wanted to, but I think it's kind of like what Vegas is. They have those. You can open at the top.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons Dome is like that, but this one's shaped differently. So I'm assuming that the roof,
retractable roof.
Yeah. What'd you find out, Primo?
Not announced.
No location yet. Seattle, I seen was, or did they do one there? I think for some reason I feel like I've seen that was kind of like the front runner, but I feel like they're going to start doing more big stuff overseas. And I seen where they're talking about the UFC are going to move to more of a format where their pay-per-views are going to be on Saturday and WWE is going to be on Sunday. They're not going to cross over each other. It's bad for business, brother. Right?
It is. I don't know.
Well, when you're owned by the same parent company,
right? Yeah.
I can also see them doing a bunch of. Like, I could see them doing Mania overseas at some point. That thing would sell out massive.
Like do Mania at like Wimbledon or something like that?
Oh my God, at Wembley. Just like tell
AEW.
You're right.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, let's take her home, man. Good to see you guys. Glad to have full squad here today for the pod. Good to see everyone.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
You too, brother. Cheers to that. All right, boys. We'll see you guys all back here. About a month, man. Talk a little more wrestling with you guys. Check us out, Dreamwave, June the 15th, and we'll see you guys later on. Thank you for listening. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible. Appreciate everybody. Check it out.
Radios.
We'll see you guys next time.
Cats and kittens out there.
See you next time on the Quiet Storm.
Yo, are you nuts?
pretty nuts.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. 'Cause you love him in London and Paris and